Morning, guys. I am going to do a quick clip on some color that I am seeing on the markets. So just going off recent action since the all-time high peak, I've got a lot of questions as to what my directional bias and move is on the market. Like I always say, guys, I'm not in the business of calling tops and bottoms. Truth is, no one knows when this market will break, and we don't know until we get a break of major structure. So this was the most recent major pivot high that shifted price, which is 15,270. We have absolutely no confirmation of any sort of bullish reversal in the long term until that's even taken out. So we would price would need to make its way and then back test and break out for all-time highs. We don't know until like all the way up here is taken out. So with that being said, I'm going to stay objective, and you can see that we are just making lower highs, right? So until that's proven differently, we must abide by the trend. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So why I think Elliott wave is powerful, because it allows you to predict when things can bounce and when they can reverse, and when impulses can continue and when impulses are likely to end. Here is a daily supply zone that formed from last week's rally. Again, this supply zone is valid because that supply zone took out structure. It was a break of structure. So you could see that this daily supply zone, rally-based drop, took out this high, thus forming a lower low. Therefore, the assumption is that we could potentially catch a bounce up into the supply zone, and this is the most recent high, and structure has been intact. Downtrend is intact. We're making lower highs. So till that's broken, it's safe to assume that trend will continue down, assuming we can bounce into the supply zone, which is a nice short opportunity I'll be watching before I move down into opposing demand, which is drop base rally demand, fresh, that right there, drop base rally. So this is when LA wave comes into play. We know that typical structure looks like this, assuming this is an impulse. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minor. So typical structure is you get wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. After 5, a relief bounce comes in the opposite direction. I'm just showing you guys sort of what I'm saying. So 5 waves down, and then typically get your ABC. And then the assumption is that trend will continue back down. So knowing this structure that I just mentioned to you guys on the left here, this is kind of what I'm seeing as a possibility. So I'm going to do some sub-wave counts. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like a wedge or a leading diagonal, which can only take the form in wave 1 or wave A. So all that would form wave 1. And then we get our wave, this one up here. And then we do another sub count for our wave 3. So we get our wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Sorry, it would actually look like this. So then we would get our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay, so this would be wave 1. Wave 1 extended, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. To confirm this, I'm going to pull a fib, make sure that wave 4 didn't extend past the 61.8. Okay, wave 4 extended to the 50% retracement level, so that's valid. So I'm going to label that as subwave 4. So we get another 5-wave structure down here for wave 3. I think we are going to see a 3-wave move up, possibly into supply for wave 4, which then retrace here. Okay, so I think we can pull into here and then maybe leg down once more for 5 waves. So what I just did was a subwave count, so just to show you guys sort of what I'm seeing. So what I'll do then is I'm going to clean some stuff up, and then I'm going to show you guys the macro view of what I'm possibly seeing, assuming that this structure high of 12,600 is not invalidated. So we get our larger degree of wave 1, wave 2. We did the subcount for wave 3. Possible wave 4 relief bounce back in here. So I think it's possible that we can move up to here. If we get a rejection of this high, I think market can sell off again, which is in line with our VIX analysis. I think market can sell off again to this demand zone right here. But that's 5 waves down. So assuming that this is correct, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5, we know we get a relief bounce. So let me go into a higher time frame. This is a monthly supply zone here that hasn't been tested. So let's go down back into our 2-day chart. Monthly supply zones right here. It's very possible that after we get this 5-wave move down, it's very possible that we enter a short-term bounce phase. So let's say that this level does hold, and this would complete our 5 waves down. It would also form a giant falling wedge as well. Okay, it would form some kind of wedge pattern like that. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So forming that kind of wedge pattern, I think it's possible that we get a size bounce from there, possibly back into maybe that monthly supply zone again, guys. I don't know. I'm not gonna try to predict what's gonna happen in the market 2-3 months from now. I don't know honestly, but judging from Elliott wave counts, which have been pretty spot on, I think it does suggest maybe from this level we get a potential bounce into that monthly supply zone. So we get our A down, which would give B up here. Maybe, I don't know. And then it would call for another sell-off. So again, guys, this is just some color that I'm seeing, we don't know. That's why I've been really trying to focus on solid levels, just using the wave count for more confluence. But keeping things simple in the near term, this is an area, this is a point of interest. This is what is going to dictate trend, is this high, because we're forming lower highs across the board. So this is also rally-based drop supply zone that took out this low. This is an area of short interest, which is great risk to reward, because if we break this high, we move it to this high, test that. But rejection there, I believe, can send us down to, because I don't see any higher time frame demand zone until this cluster, like let's call it 11,200. I don't see any demand to this area, 11,200. So that's just sort of what I'm seeing. Hope these videos help. This is just some color on what I'm seeing on NQ.